So thank you all for coming today to sit together in community and meditate and provide hopefully some solace for ourselves and for the world. This is a very challenging day for the United States of America. The word solace is defined as comfort or consolation in a time of distress or sadness. We each have different ways that we offer ourselves solace, that we bring consolation to ourselves. And for our meditation today, we're going to look at 3 different ways. We're going to work with 3 different ways. The first one is to take solace from the feeling of being held, from creating a sense of physical safety and connection. And since we are each sitting probably by ourselves, we're going to hold ourselves. And we're going to invite the energy that surrounds us, the energy of the earth, to hold us as well. There's something about being held that creates a sense of safety and connection that stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system and allows the body to settle and rest. So we start by taking a steady, comfortable seat. You can sit on the floor, you can sit on a chair, you can sit wherever you are comfortable, wherever you want to be, however you can be at ease for the next minutes. And then I suggest that you take a shawl or a throw or a comforter or a blanket, anything that you have, and swaddle either your legs or your upper body. So I'm doing my upper body, I'm just wrapping my shawl around me to kind of give myself a sense of being encased and enclosed and held. Widen your sit bones back and apart so you have a very steady, broad base for your seat. The earth is always here holding us. The energy of the universe is always here holding us. Sometimes we just lose touch. So with that broadening of your seat, feel your sit bones settling down into whatever it is that you're sitting on, making connection to the earth. Anchor your tailbone as a way of anchoring yourself during this time, physically anchoring yourself into the present moment, the here and now, into the bigger picture, into the awareness that there is more to life, that we are all held, connected, and to anchor ourselves into that sense of connection. Then take a hand position that serves you. So often we join index finger and thumb. Today, perhaps you would hold your own hands. So with your right hand, hold your left hand, and with your left hand, hold your right hand, and hold hands with yourself. Or cup one hand in the other, resting the right hand on top of the left. Again, just holding yourself with yourself, embracing yourself. And as you embrace yourself and you feel the earth embracing you and creating a space for you to be, take a few deep breaths and just allow the body, the mind to settle. Feel if there is tension in your body, if there is stress in your body, feel it, acknowledge it, carve out a space for it, and embrace it. It's part of you. It is part of me. Today we embrace every part. There is a yogic principle called spanda, which invites us to recognize, as David White says, the beautiful coming and going, appearance and disappearance of which we have always been a part. It reminds us that nothing is permanent and everything is in flux. Imagine that you are sitting on the shore at sunset. The ocean is gently lapping at the beach, and you can hear the waves rolling in and rolling out. You sense that ever-present rhythm, the rhythm of spanda, of pulsation, of fullness and emptiness. You become aware of how the moon pulls on the ocean every day, creating high tide and then low tide, fullness and emptiness. And how the spinning of the earth changes day to night and night to day, light to dark and dark to light. And how as the spinning turns the earth, it turns us through the seasons, from spring to summer, from fall to winter. And how as those seasons turn, our lives turn day by day, from youth to old age, from joy to sorrow, from ease to effort. Everything is constantly changing. This is the order of the universe, perpetual fluctuation. Nothing stays the same. And so to cling to a day, or to spring, or to youth, or to effort, or to anything is pointless. Because just like the waves rolling in and rolling back out, it will change. What doesn't change is our awareness. What doesn't change is the energy of the universe that holds all of this fluctuation all the time. It is that seat that we take. It is that embrace of ourselves. And it is reflected in the ever-present rhythm of our breath. So bring your awareness now to the wave of your breath, just like the waves on the shore, rolling in, rolling out, pulsing, creating fullness and emptiness, creating safety, creating panic. This ever-present rhythm of breath. I'm going to practice a particular breathing technique called the 3-part breath, or the full yogic breath. In this type of breathing, we divide the body, the torso, into 3 sections. From the pubic bone to the navel is the first section. We'll call it the belly. From the navel to the sternum is the second section, and we'll call that the ribs. And from the sternum to the throat is the third section, and we'll call that the chest. And so as you breathe, breathe first into your belly, and then continue the breath like a wave up into the rib cage. And then continue the in-breath up into the chest. And then make the exhalation in the opposite order, emptying yourself out, chest, ribs, belly. Breathing through your nose at a rate that is comfortable and easeful for you. Be like the ocean, allowing the tide of breath to flow in to flood you, and the tide of breath to flow out and empty you. Becoming accustomed to the pulsation, not clinging to either full or empty, but knowing that one will turn over into the next. With the next few breaths, 3-part breaths, deepen the breath any amount more that you can comfortably do so. And begin to accentuate your exhalation. Make it longer than your inhalation. Releasing as you breathe out any residual stress or tension or clinging. As you continue these deep, long, slow breaths, the nervous system responds. It begins to settle. It begins to relax. And perhaps you can feel that in your body. And as you continue these deep, long breaths, add the awareness that what you're breathing in is not just air. You are breathing in that vital force. You are bringing in the energy that is unchanging. You are breathing in pure awareness, presence, prana, spirit. And you are breathing the same back out. And as you take these breaths with this awareness, it reminds us of the big picture. It reminds us that we are part of something so much bigger than what we're experiencing today or any day. It soothes us to know that we are part of something bigger. It brings solace. After the next of these 3-part breaths, let that go. Let that 3-part breathing go. And keeping your eyes closed and your awareness on your breath, watch the way the breath shifts into a natural rhythm. As you watch this natural rhythm of your breath, see if you can pinpoint the moment at which you have finished breathing out. The exhalation is complete and the inhalation begins. See if you can pinpoint that moment in time with each breath. Now begin to expand that moment. When you've finished your exhalation, pause before you begin to breathe in. It can be a very short pause, it can be a longer pause. whatever length is comfortable for you. This pause is a gateway into the experience of the universal energy, into the experience of the stillness that abides beneath the constant flux. When we are able to tap into that stillness, we're more able to navigate the constant flux. We have a steadiness, a baseline, something to rest back in. For a few more breaths, practice pausing at the end of the exhalation and exploring that quiet, still space where there is no breath moving. Letting go now of that pause. Let the breath resume its natural rhythm. We're going to sit silently together for the next 3 or 4 minutes, meditating on the breath, allowing ourselves to ride the waves of the sea of life, the seas of this day, whether that sea is placid or stormy. Ride it from the still point. Ride it from the breath. As you watch your breath, begin now to deepen it. To bring awareness back towards your body. The pulsation of breath is always with us. And we can create a sense of being held by ourselves, by the earth, by the energy around us. The breath can help bring us there, to the awareness of the pulsation and the stillness that lies beneath it. Begin to move your fingers and your toes. Gently turn the head from side to side. And sweetly open your eyes. There is a prayer that I'd like to end with. I'm going to sing you the prayer in Sanskrit, and then we can repeat it together in English. It's on your screen, and if you would rather just stay where you are and not shift closer to your screen, that's fine too. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vipishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May we be protected together. May we be nourished together. May we work vigorously together. And may our studies illuminate us. May there be no dislike between us. Let there be peace, peace, peace. Turn your palms together in front of your heart. Bow your head. And say whatever prayer or blessing you feel called to say to yourself or aloud. Then place your right hand directly over your heart and your left hand directly over your right, embracing yourself and offering to yourself solace. May we each receive solace and offer solace to others. Namaste.